You know what time it is, bruv? Time for you to fucking focus, listen in, no distractions. This is a test from the universe, from God, from Allah, to see if you are paying attention and to see how bad you actually want it. Me and you both know, we're intelligent, right? We've done this shit for a while now. We understand wise men learn from the mistakes of other people. So rather than waiting years of mistakes, hardship, failure, setback, for you to learn these things, why don't you just pay attention for once? Listen in with a bit of presence for the, 8 minutes of this video is going to go on for, and learn. Learn from what I've had to learn the hard way, okay? Listen in. The number one skill you can adopt in terms of productivity, in terms of just actual enjoyment in life, is focus, is paying attention. So test your focus skill while you're watching this video. Test, can you actually sit here just from no unfiltered, no edits, no fucking script. This is unfiltered as fuck. Basically a conversation between me and you, okay? However, I'm just telling you things and you're listening. That's basically what this is. Can you focus for what, 8 minutes maybe? That might seem daunting. The fact that I've just told you how long it's gonna be as well might be daunting for you. You might feel the urge right now to go and check the comments, to go and scroll through your phone, just click off the video and be like, oh, focus, yeah, I get it, right, cool. Really pay attention. When I say focus, you probably already understand that, yeah, that's probably a good skill for me to level up. Yeah, I need to level up my focus. I need to focus more. Focus. You always hear that all the time, right? Just focus. Stay focused on one job, one mission, and you'll be successful. What does that even fucking mean? How do we even focus? How do we optimize our brain on neurochemistry to make sure that we can focus in the most optimal way? How can we do that? Number one is meditation. Now, again, I say this and you probably already know the benefits of meditation. I'm not saying this now for you to just skip over and go, yeah, meditation, cool, I already do that, great, on to the next one. Actually action what I'm saying here. Don't just acknowledge, yeah, I already meditate, that's fine, it'll just happen by accident, my focus will just naturally go up. You have to train your brain through meditation to stay focused in the present moment, or to focus on one particular thing, whether that be your breathing, whether that be the sounds that you can hear around you, the birds that you can hear, whether that be a specific type of thought or ideology, whether it's gratitude or suffering. You can meditate and focus on one particular thing. Sometimes I meditate and focus on what I'm grateful for at the same time. That's focus. That's me focusing my mental energy to one particular thing. So meditation is obviously brilliant. I'm not really going to spend too much time on that. You understand that. Just make sure you're actually implementing it. Make sure you're actually meditating properly. You're not just half-arsing it. You're not just going like, oh, let me just set 10 minutes and then just breathe for a couple of times and I'm done. Like, actually fucking pay attention to what it is that you're doing. Okay? Now that I've got your attention and I've sworn at you and there's a bit of tough love here, let's actually deep dive into how you can get into a flow state. Just like I am right now in this video. There are no thoughts in my brain. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm completely present and focused on you. I'm looking you directly in your eye right now and I'm focused on you. There are no thoughts. There's nothing going on in my mind other than the task at hand. This is a skill. This is not something I was just born with. I was never always like this. I was probably what you were like as well. You know, you probably right now, you're in a position where, yeah, you've been improving yourself for a little bit. You kind of understand the basis of what I'm talking about. You're not a complete retard. Like, you get it. You're not completely addicted to TikTok. Otherwise, you probably won't be watching me. So you are at a decent level. Now, in order for you to level up to the next stage, you need to listen. You need a network. You need people around you. You need knowledge that you don't already have. The old saying of you don't know what you don't know is absolutely true. You don't know. There is some knowledge out there that you wouldn't even be able to fathom. You wouldn't even be able to come across, because your life experiences so far are not in alignment with that knowledge. You have to go through certain things to acquire that knowledge. So rather than wasting years of going through the hardship learning that knowledge, why don't you just listen? Focus. Getting into a social flow state. How do we do that? We do that with the right amount of challenge and the right amount of skill. So it needs to be that perfect yin and yang between something that you're not comfortable with and something that you're already comfortable with. You have to find that balance in the middle, and you only do this by focusing on one particular thing. The way that right now I'm in a complete flow state is because the challenge for me right now is to say things that I have not already said. This is not scripted. This is completely raw, unfiltered. That is the challenging part of my task right now that I'm focusing all my attention on. Is I have to produce a video that I've not spoke about before, say things that I've not said before, or maybe say them in a different way that I've already said them, and keep your attention. Make sure it's valuable, make sure it's inspiring, make sure it's energetic. I have to do that. That's the challenging part, because that is constantly innovating. That is constantly different. I can't always just do the same thing. Now, the skillful part of it is I'm talking about something that I already know. I've already got knowledge on this topic. So this is where I can find the balance. I'm doing something that I'm not quite comfortable with in terms of thinking about a way to present this to you. Basically freestyling it. I'm doing this on the spot. I didn't plan this, I just pressed record and started talking. That's the challenging part. The skillful part is I'm talking about something that I'm already experienced in. So anything in your life, whether you go into the gym and you want to get into a flow state so you can be social, or whether you're going in the gym and you want to be in a flow state so you can actually work out. A lot of times I use the gym as an example for things like talking to girls or being social. I forget that, you know what, the gym is there just so you can fucking work out sometimes. Let's say you want to go to the gym to actually work out and you want to dedicate all your focus on the workout, no distractions, no thoughts, you know, going to different places. What should I have for dinner? What did that girl text me? What this, that? Just focus on the workout, focused on optimizing the exercise that you're doing to build as much muscle as possible. So you walk in there and you have to embrace discomfort to one extent, okay? To some extent, you have to embrace discomfort. Whether that be talking to the staff members on the way into the gym. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, do it, because that is the right level of challenge. It's the right level of discomfort. It's the right level of something that you are not quite used to, because if you were used to it, it wouldn't be uncomfortable, right? So in any scenario, whether you are working at home, you're on your laptop and you're doing your work, maybe doing some copywriting or some affiliate marketing or some bullshit, one of these drop shipping, you know, one of these like nerdy business ideas. No offense if you do that, it's great. You get what I'm saying though, it's like the laptop shit, right? Let's say you're doing some of that and you want to focus solely on that. No distractions. Obviously little things like put your phone away, turn notifications off, tell the people that you're living with, listen, I'm busy for the next hour, please don't disturb me. You know, that would mean a lot to me. I've just got to get this work done, thank you, I'll come and talk to you guys afterwards. They're cool. No distractions. Eliminate all possible things that can take away your attention. Your attention is valuable. You already know this. I preach on about this shit all the time. So if you're wasting it, you know, oh, let me just quick check on Instagram, 5-minute Instagram break. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Every time you distract yourself, this has been scientifically proven, it takes a noticeable, significant amount of time for you to then refocus your attention on the task again. So please eliminate all distractions. Whether you're going in the gym and you want to socialize, don't look at your fucking phone. Tell yourself, I'm not allowed on my phone until I've done this gym session. That means I can be fully present with my workout and with the people in the gym. So not only does this increase your enjoyment of life itself, because presence is one of the keys to enjoyment of life, to fulfillment, to peace, to contentment. Living in the now is how you do that. But also you're more focused on what it is you're actually doing. You're not sitting there stuttering in conversations because you've got a million different thoughts going on. You're not half-arsing your workout because you're thinking about what you should have for dinner. Oh, what should I have for dinner? Before you know it, you're using fucking momentum to get the weight up. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're fully focused in the moment. You're enjoying it, you're having a laugh, you're having a good time, and you're optimizing your productivity. So, to reiterate, focus on one task at a time. You can't multitask. That is literally a lie. It's a myth. You can. Like, physically, you can do multiple things at once. But in order for your productivity to be at the highest, to reach your 100% potential in terms of the output that you are doing, okay, you have to be focused on one task at a time. Right now, if I was recording these videos and I was listening to music and I was talking to someone and I was doing this and then thinking about my coaching call this morning or whatever, if I was doing all these million different things at once, all of them are going to slack. Not one of them is going to get to 100% productivity because I'm just distributing my energy. Whereas if I put all my energy into one thing, just you and me giving you this value, this is why I'm able to talk for 8 minutes straight without stuttering, barely stuttering. Now, obviously it's normal every now and then, but you get the point. I haven't broke my train of thought. I haven't lost what I was going to say. This is a complete freestyle, just like every single video that I do. Now, the reason I'm able to stay focused, it actually makes me laugh because it's like, I don't know if any of you guys have done this before, but they always say this about driving. It's like when you're driving a car and then you realize you're driving, it hits you and then you start driving shit. Or it's like when you're walking down the street, this is probably more relatable to you. You're walking down the street and then you become consciously aware that you're walking. And then it's kind of like, now I'm just walking weird. Now I can't help but walk like, do you know what I mean? You'll feel yourself just walking weird because you're conscious of how you're walking. It's weird. Whereas if you're just doing it like habitually, it's kind of like you're on autopilot. You're just walking and that's just what you do. You're just going to walk in the most authentic and I guess productive way. You're not really, you know, oh, let me think about how I'm going to step. And all. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with conversations. It's the same thing with work. It's the same thing with talking to girls. If you are consciously thinking about the action as you are doing the action, it kind of just takes away from the flow state. It takes away from the productivity side of things. If I was recording these videos right now, literally just then I took a moment to hear the words as I was speaking them to you, to literally like feel the words come out of my mouth. It's so weird for me to explain. It's some sort of fucking spiritual hallucinogenic fucking drug, this shit, man. But it's crazy when you really consciously pay attention to what it is you're doing as you're doing it, as I'm moving my hands and gesturing to you, as I'm speaking these words. If I consciously focus on it, it's like I start to lose my train of thought. I start to lose my flow. It brings me out of the flow. That is essentially a distraction. So in order for you to be fully in the flow state and fully productive and fully present in the moment, you have to eliminate distractions. You have to be present. Meditation's brilliant for this. Every time you find something taking your attention away from what you're supposed to be doing, meditate yourself back into the present moment, back to the task at hand. It's exactly how I do it in these videos. Sometimes every now and then there'll be a dog invasion, or there'll be some like plane going over, something that kind of distracts me for a split second. But because I meditate, because I've practiced that part of my brain to focus on things that I want to focus on, I can instantly just bring myself back. Don't even lose my train of thought. Well, rarely ever, right? Obviously every now and then it's going to happen, but you get my point. Focus on one task, be present in the moment, and balance out your actions with a perfect distribution between challenge, something that you're not used to, something that makes you feel uncomfortable, and something that you are skillful at already. So talking to girls. How do we get into a flow state when talking to girls? Well, you talk to a girl. If that feels uncomfortable for you, great. That's the challenge aspect. The skill aspect is, I don't know, talking about something that you're used to. Or maybe you've done something that you're already comfortable with before you spoke to the girl. You need the perfect balance in your brain. So maybe you're working out and you're used to it. You've worked out every single day for a year. You get this shit now. It's easy for you, right? So you do a little workout and then you go and talk to the girl. So you're balancing something that you're used to, something that you're skillful at, between something that you're not quite used to. Bam, you'll enter a flow state. After you spoke to the girl, you'll feel proud of yourself, adrenaline will kick in, and you will be forced into the present moment. Whether you like it or not, you'll just be so high on life, high on that adrenaline, because you've just embraced your fear. That's how you get into a flow state. Now, if you were going up to a girl and you were focusing on what you're going to have for dinner, and then the YouTube videos you got to record later, and then the workout that you're going to do, and then my mum texted me, you know, if you're focusing like a million different things at once while you're going and talking to the girl, guess what's going to happen? You're going to stutter. You're going to fuck up. You're not going to be fully present. You're not going to even enjoy it. And you're certainly not going to get that flow state afterwards. Just keep that in mind. It's very important to understand this. If you guys have anything that I missed, if you have anything that you would like to add, please whack your comments down below. I know you're intelligent, so I'd love to learn from you too, and I'm sure other people would appreciate your knowledge, so don't waste that. Coaching is down below if you want to learn more from me. You can save yourself the years I've had to learn this and just learn it over fucking 60 minutes like that. Bam, just done. Overnight, you will be a new man. That's my guarantee to you, okay? So it's a worthy investment. Save yourself that time. And the money-wise, if you're struggling for money and it's like, oh, it's $50, it is actually half price. It used to be 100, now it's 50. Get in on that. Like, come on, bro, use your business brain. If you are still struggling with the money side of things, just think to yourself, right, in a year's time, is that $50 really, even in a couple of months, is that $50 really going to be such a hit to your life? No. So you spend the $50, a couple of months time, you're back to where you were before anyway. Like, it doesn't make a difference. That money is just constantly coming in. It's a flow, it's constant flow. You have to have an abundance mindset in order to make more money in the first place. If you're frugal, holding on to every penny, the universe isn't going to give you what you want. The universe isn't going to give you more money, because it thinks, oh, he's in a scarcity mindset. He's broke. So he's going to keep feeding you with that reality that you're focusing on. If you just assume I've got fucking money to spend, if I spend money right now, if I spend my last $50 on this coaching call with Luke, networking with somebody that thinks like me, not only am I capable enough to make that money back, that's what it is, just make the more money, right? It's not something that is like, oh, once I spend it, it's gone forever. You can just make $50 back the same day today, especially with the knowledge that I can offer you, and especially with the network that I can offer you. That positive connection that we can share with energy, with knowledge, like-minded individuals networking, brainstorming ideas, mate, $50 is fuck all. You'll make that back same day. So valuing the money side of things will keep you in this broke reality forever. The law of assumption is very powerful. You must just assume you are the man that already has what he has, or what he wants in life. If you want money, just assume you've already got it. How would that man think? How would he walk? How would he talk? What thoughts would he think to himself? What words would he speak? And then act like him. The universe will respond to that visualization and will give you what you desire. This is how I've manifested everything that I want. I know this is a side tangent, but it's very, very powerful. Just keep that in mind, okay? Coaching's down below. Look after yourself, bro. Bow.